Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away and we have now got issue 78 of Eagle Moss's Build the Delorean. Okay, you know what's really good about this, apart from having to walk like 2 miles to get this from the newsagents in like 40-degree heat? In exactly 1 year, 1 year today, I'll be picking up issue 130. So 1 year from today, this is going to be completed. But what are we going to do in this issue? All we're going to be doing is working on the panel that you saw here from last time. And we're going to be putting all the detailing on it. And this is all the stuff that we get here, as you can see there. And I've laid it all out here as well. And basically just putting all the details on and then attaching that panel to the side of the car. So it should be quite easy. One thing to bear in mind, it will probably tell us this in the instructions later. If you look at these things that we've got here on the cameras here, probably actually on the close-up camera, they are all numbered on the sides. See, they say RL5, RL4, RL3, because they look very similar. So that's how you can differentiate the difference between those little pieces there. But the first thing we've got to do is bring this unit over here, and we're going to be putting this black detailing on here. This is step 1, and it's basically going to be going onto this section just here. So we'll put that on. Should be nice and easy. Fits absolutely flush. Trouble is, it needs to be screwed in, and that's screwed in with AP screws. The screws they've sent us this time are LP, IP, DM, and this one here are AP screws, but they haven't bothered to put a letter in this one, so it's you can guess yourself what it is. Okay, so let's get the first of these screws in. That's the first one. What I find is if you hold it really tight on the other side of where you're screwing, you're not going to have a problem. Don't do it too tight, otherwise you're going to round the screw. It's only going into plastic, remember, so you don't really want to do it too bad. But how is everyone? I've had an easy week this week because obviously I've been doing the man cave and the kids' bedroom, which has exhausted me. And I'm just picking these up now. But it's nice to know that in 1 year's time this is going to be completed, isn't it? So there we go, that's the first piece on. That was step 2 done. Step 3, we're going to be working on the other side now for a little bit here. And that's this little tiny bit here, which is going to go in. If I put it in, I'll give you an idea what way round it goes. It's going to be going in that way, just like that. Show you on that camera as well. And once again, these are going to be held in with the AP screws. So let's get these loaded up. This is step 4, 2 AP screws. This is going to be going in. Now the thing is, everything you're watching on these videos here, you have to remember that we're going to be doing it again in the next 2 issues, because obviously there's 2 of these. So you're going to get the deja vu feeling again. It's going to be like doing the doors all over again. Let's hope we don't have as many problems as we have with the doors, but at the moment everything's going swimmingly. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's that bit in, looking just like that. That was step 4. So step 5, now we've got the little red bit here. Now this looks to be, just having a look, completely symmetrical on either side. I don't think there's a wrong way to put this round, but we'll see. It does have a little bit of an angle of the little pegs there. So we'll put it in one way and see how that looks. That looks really good, actually. I'm putting it in that way. I don't know if that's right or not, but there you go. It does say push red lens 78J in place on the panel as shown. It doesn't tell you what way round it goes. But it is a difference on this one that we're going to secure it with IP screws, not the AP. So I'm going to get these IP out. And we'll put these ones on. This looks like a very delicate bit, this one does, because seems to be a brittleish plastic, that red does. But we'll put the first one in. That's gone in easy. Lovely jubbly. And put the second one in. Now, my R2-D2s. Once again, I'm behind on my R2-D2. But you'll be pleased to know they have been sent out. So, if experience is anything to go by, they should be with me a week tomorrow. A week on Saturday, sorry. So, there we go. That is the little red piece in there. And that was steps 5 and 6 done. Now step 7, we've got a tiny little bit to put at the end here. Now they put this little bit in a bag all by itself. So let's put this on and see which way this goes. Now I've put it on the way I think it goes, and that looks absolutely perfect actually. But I do believe that might be a little bit directional, because you want it to sit completely flush there. So this bit's going to be held on with an IP screw as well. Isn't it weird that they've just gone from AP to IP? I can't see any reason for that. But the detailing is very nice, I have to say. So we'll get this this one in. I'll start this off first and you can see this on the side camera there. There we go. Nice and easy. That looks really good, doesn't it? Okay, so that was step 7 and 8 done. Now step 9, we're going to start the first of these little clamps here, and they want us to use RL5, and that's going to be going into these 2 little holes down the bottom here. So as I said before, look on the edge of them. This one's RL5. I'm going to see if you can see that. If I hold it out really close, you might be able to see. There we go. Look, RL5. That's how you can tell what the right one is. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is putting the pin in the left-hand side, just like that. So the right-hand side one is where the hole is going to go. So as you can see, the pin, just making sure that's in, is in the left-hand side there. And we're going to be putting an AP screw just in this right-hand side here. So let's put that in. I'm going to put it in really slow to start off with, just so I can get this thing started. Really slowly I'm being with this, because if you go too fast on this one, I think it's not going to go in fine. It's going to go all over the place. As a matter of fact, that's gone in absolutely perfectly. Look at that. That's the secret there. Don't go fast with it, go slow. But that's RL5 in, and that was step 9 with the AP screw. Step 10 is just showing you how to screw it in. Now we're going to be putting RL2 and RL3 in these ones here and here. Matter of fact, let's get it round the right way. RL2 is going to go on this one, RL3 on that one. So let's try and find RL2. That's RL1. That's RL4. It's typical, isn't it? RL2. There we go. So we're going to put RL2 in first. It's going in here. This time, let's just see, the screw is going to be going into the top. So basically, that means the pin's going into the bottom one. So the pin there, as you can see, is going to go into the bottom one. Just like that. And again, we're going to be screwing an AP screw into the top one. Or that one just there on the picture there. So once again, the screw's in there, and I'm just going to put it in really slowly, because I don't want it falling out, that pin on the other side to fall out while I'm tightening it up. Isn't it weird? I tried to put this in fast and I wasn't having any luck at all, but putting it in slow, God, works wonders. But that's that one in. Now I need RL3, which is this one. Same deal. Just going to put it in here, just like that. Load up an AP screw. And then turn it over. And once again, being really slow. Get that in. So that was step 11 almost done. We've got one more to put in, which is RL4. Now RL4, as you can see, that is that the RL4 one is going to be going at the angle. So that's this one here. And the angle that it's going at, I'm just having a look at the instructions here. It's going to be screwed into the this hole that's nearer there. So the pin's going to be going into the hole that's more in towards the wheel arch there. Just like so. Turning it over. Load up another AP screw. And we'll get this one in. Now obviously all of this is going to be holding the flux bands eventually. That go around the vehicle. But it's good to think that you've got 52 issues left. What are they going to be doing in 52 issues? I'm interested. Okay, so that's the RL2, 3, 4 and 5 in. We've still got RL1 to put in. It hasn't told me what to do with that one yet. But first off, oh it does, we're going to put this to one side because we're going to be working on this piece here. And RL1 is actually going to be going into this side. But it's going to be going into the pin, onto the outside hole. Just like that. Which means that we're going to be screwing in a pin just into the inside there. This is going to be screwed in with an LP screw. Luckily enough, I've already opened these up, so they should just fall out lovely. Isn't it weird, the different sort of screws we've got to use just for pretty much very similar things? But once again, I'm hoping the old adage of putting it in slowly is going to work. Because these are really fiddly. I can feel it trying to turn in my hand already. But that's going in. It does need tightening up though, so I'm just going to tighten that up. Oh, that is perfect. Okay, so that one's gone in absolutely excellent there. So that's looking like that. Okay, then this bit is going to be going into the vehicle here, just onto the side here, that way round. So if I hold it the right way round for you on the top camera, going to look just like that. And that's going to be secured in with 2 AP screws, which are just going into the top and the bottom hole there. So let's put those in. Now I think the problem we're going to get in this issue, just so you know, these don't go straight down, these when you screw these in. Don't make the mistake of thinking they do. I think the problem we're going to get is actually securing this to the side of the vehicle. As you can see, I've already got the vehicle upside down ready to take this piece on. But I have already watched Joe Walser's channel, No Concept of Time. He's up to issue 80, 81 now. And he has previously sort of like screwed in the holes already on the bits that are going to go in. But there we go. That is pretty much everything in on that side. All that's left for us to do now is to attach this to the side of the vehicle. What I am going to do though is I am going to take Joe's advice. I'm going to just check one of these screws in the holes that we're going to be using. Now this is going to be screwed in to the vehicle on this hole here, here, here and here. So I'm going to bore these holes now and make sure that these screws go in absolutely fine. Okay, so basically I've been through all those holes, so I have opened them out. I don't need this little bit of cloth anymore, but I will need to bring this over. So let's see if we can get this in a good position so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, we have that just like that on the camera there. You should be able to see exactly what I'm doing here. So we're going to fit this to the side here, just like so. And it should fit perfectly flush. Once I've actually screwed it in, you'll get to see how flush it sits. But we're going to put 4 screws into these holes. And let me just show you on the side camera what holes we're going to be putting these in. Basically, we've got one hole here, one hole, oh God, let's have a look. One hole down here, and then we've got the same on the other side. It's 4 holes. So let's go and screw the first one in. I think the first one, it tells you to screw in. Oh, it doesn't, it just says put all 4 in at once. I think I'm going to start with this top one just here at the moment and get this one in here from this far screw side just there. Let's get this in. Okay, that's the first one in. I don't mind telling you I had to use my R2D2 screwdriver for that because that was tough. That was very tough. So I'm starting them off with my my trusty Delorean screwdriver, but I am finishing them off with my R2 one because they really take some screwing, as you can see. They do go in relatively quick though, and I'm telling you now, I'm going to be sweating when you see me next because this is hard. But that's 2 in. Right, we've got the third one to put in. Don't know what you can actually see here, but I'm hoping you can see something. I'm just going to move this back a little bit. You can see I'm actually working on this side. Let's have a look. Tilt the camera up a touch. There you go. And you can see that I'm actually working on this side here. So the second screw we're going to put in, sorry, the second one, the third screw is actually, whoops, dropping the thing. I'm going to start it off with this one. Is actually going into this hole here. So once again, I started it with that screw, but I'm going to finish it with this one. And the last one we've got to put in is just in this hole here. And there we go. So let's turn this over so you can see exactly how that looks. And there you go. That's how that looks there on the top camera. As you can see, nice and flush. Matches the door perfectly. And just show you on the side camera there. Really good, isn't it? And guess what? We're going to have to repeat that all over again for issues, what issue was this? For issues 79, 80 and I think 81. So there you go. But that's all we have to do in that issue. Quite easy. I think the biggest recommendation is use a different screwdriver for doing those DM screws at the end because they really need power. And as you can see, I am sweating. But it's gone on absolutely perfectly. And that was quite easier Another thing I learnt with this issue is don't rush it. When you're putting those screws in for the plastic ones, go slow, don't go fast, because they seem to be going easier that way. Anyway, hope you liked that video. Nice quick one, kind of. I'll see you in a week's time. Other than that, take care.